Hi, my name is Megan Treadway, and I am the Mammoth Cave Area Extension Agent for Family and Consumer Sciences with Kentucky State University. Our September lesson is Estate Planning Basics. Many people avoid making plans to transfer their property and possessions after their death. Taking the right steps ahead of time makes it easier for those settling your estate, saving them time, energy, and money. Developing an estate plan helps ensure your property is distributed according to your wishes, providing your executor and legal team with the information they need. This information is for educational purposes only. You should always consult with a legal professional when considering the specific needs of your personal estate and estate plan. After this lesson, we want participants to be able to describe the importance of estate planning, list 3 key steps of estate planning, and identify one goal for their personal estate plan. So let's start with this question. Have you started estate planning? This would be a great icebreaker for your clubs. Ask participants if they have started estate planning and allow them to share. You can ask follow-up questions. If they say yes, ask how so? And if they say no, ask why they haven't started. If you'd like to pause the video now, you can practice this during your leader training. It is important to note that estate planning can be a challenging topic to discuss. Be sensitive to the situations or emotions of participants. Allow space for grief, sadness, fear, etc., and just be respectful of the sensitivity of the topic. Before we go further, it is important to note that everyone already has an estate plan. If you do not develop your own estate plan, the state will decide how to dispose and disperse your possessions after your death. So you may be asking yourself, do I need an estate plan? And the answer is overwhelmingly yes. Dying without a will is known as dying intestate. When you die intestate, the state will distribute your property using state law, which may not transfer your resources the way you want. Your spouse or other family members must follow this law and cannot follow your wishes unless you have prepared the proper documents in advance. It is difficult to settle an estate without formal plans or documents. So taking the right steps ahead of time makes it much easier and saves both time and money. You might discuss with your lesson participants if they have ever settled someone's estate. Ask them if the process was easy or difficult and what made it that way. Some people often think that estate plans are only for the rich. Others think they do not need an estate plan and that everything will be all right for their families when they die. If you're not sure if you need an estate plan, reflect on these questions. If I die tonight, what would happen to my property? Who would care for my minor children, aging parents, or other family members who need my care? Would my spouse and children be provided for? Would the family business continue? Would the estate settlement be conducted by someone with my family's interests and needs in mind? Would estate and inheritance taxes, probate fees, and other administrative or legal costs be held to a minimum? If the answers to these questions are important to you, you should consider developing an estate plan. There are 3 general steps to estate planning. Step 1 is to collect. Start collecting important documents, know what you have and where it is. Step 2 is to consider. Figure out how you want your estate to be handled and by whom. And step 3 is to consult. Put your plans on paper and consult with estate planning professionals. As you get started with estate planning, consider these questions. What do you own? What is your current financial situation? Where are your important papers, documents, and information? Reviewing your present financial situation is crucial. It is the foundation of your entire estate plan. A start is to calculate your net worth. To do that, subtract your liabilities, everything you owe, from your assets, everything you own. Here you will see some example assets and liabilities listed on the slide. You can also find these in Publication 1. Be sure that someone in your family, the executor of your estate, and or your attorney knows where to locate all of your important papers. As you locate your important papers, organize them into a binder, a folder, or a notebook. It is a wise choice to store your documents in a fireproof and waterproof safe or a document bag. But you might also consider making additional digital copies and storing them on an encrypted flash drive. Remember that replacing important documents can be time-consuming and costly for your estate. This means that it can reduce the amount passed on to your heirs. Here are some examples of important information needed for estate planning. You can also find these in Publication 2. Use this publication as a worksheet to help you locate and organize these important items. These include things like marriage and birth records, names, addresses, and phone numbers of relatives, the location of valuable papers that is not included in your estate planning folder, and the list goes on and on. There is a lot to consider when planning your estate. Start putting your ideas on paper. How do you want your estate handled and by whom? Consider the goals you have for your estate. Who will honor your wishes the best? How do you want your property distributed? Ideally, you should review your plans annually, or at the minimum every 3 to 5 years. You should also review your estate plans after any major life event, such as the birth or death of a family member, a divorce, a change in financial situation, etc. Here are some examples of estate planning goals. You can also find these in Publication 1, along with their descriptions. These include things like financial security for a surviving spouse and or child, minimized estate taxes, minimized probate costs, and ensuring that specific property is transferred to specific people. Here, we also have an opportunity for a reflection activity. Locate the list of goals printed on page 3 of Publication 1, Estate Planning Part 1, Getting Started. Take about 10 minutes and have individuals complete the quiz indicating the importance of each objective. As time permits afterward, open up the discussion for anyone who wants to share one of their top goals. You can do this activity with your club members, and you can also feel free to pause the video to complete the activity now during your leader training. Remember that estate planning goals change as you age, and your life circumstances also change. This is why reviewing your estate plans and goals regularly is important. After you put your plans on paper, you need to meet with an estate planning professional or team of professionals who can help you prepare the proper and legal documents for your estate plan. Doing your homework beforehand will save you time and money. Depending on the size of your estate and your goals, your estate planning team may include an attorney, an accountant, or some other professional who handles the specifics of your plans. Remember that there are tools to help as you begin the estate planning process, like those located in the estate planning publications that you received today. There are also additional publications in the estate planning series that may be helpful, including those on wills and probate in Kentucky and trusts. There is also material on estate planning for non-titled property. And as always, you can feel free to contact your county FCS agent or me for more information. Have a great day.